Tonight, we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Sacramento Kings in their house, Sleep Train Arena. You take a look at the Kings. They know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step. Facing a closely ranked team, but with home court, they feel like they have the edge. Great potential right off the bat here for Aaron Gordon as a defender. Also a 39-inch vertical, almost a 7-foot.
Welcome everyone to this 2K Sports broadcast live from the capital city of California, Sacramento. Last outing for Orlando. They won that game against the Jazz in Utah.
That was a game in hostile territory too, guys, and seemed like they had confidence right from the beginning, unbothered by being on the road.
And, you know, their shots were falling. From the top to the bottom of that lineup, their guys were heated up.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Orlando, the backcourt is Oladipo and Fournier. Kyle Quinn out there with Channing Frye. And it's Harrison at the 3, the small forward. Now, here's Frye, averaging 8 points a game. It's deflected. Now, here's Oladipo. A floater. The second chance effort. Frye, good.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
And here's Collison. A 20-point game for him in the win against Indiana.
And he was disruptive defensively, too. And really aggressively trying to make plays. In fact, he had 4 steals during that game.
That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
3 seconds left, and it's Oladipo with the jam.
Explosive leaping ability.
Oh, that was pretty, and he just has that, Clark, that effortless knack for getting inside.
Well, you hate to be the guy asked to guard him because he's just so dominant, so quick and explosive. It's tough to stay in front of him.
No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. Friday. It's all time. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And when you consider how the Kings are doing, Stephen Clark, what are your thoughts?
Just the start they wanted to this game. Solid offense. They got good ball movement. Established a nice rhythm.
Yeah, not stagnant at all. Free-flowing and fluid at the offensive end.
Here's Orlando now. Ryan Hollins is out there with Thompson. Then there's Ramon Sessions. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's McLemore at the shooting guard. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Kings. Now here's McLemore. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Indiana. And that's out of bounds. Sacramento will retain possession.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Here's Gay. He picked up 27 points in their last win against Indiana.
You know what was great, too, Kevin, was the way he balanced getting his own shots and making plays for others.
Payton drives in.
Sacramento foul. Alfred Payton out of the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, which normally is not a feeder school for the NBA. He didn't get the same level of exposure that some of his contemporaries got, but his size and athleticism at the point guard spot is really hard to ignore. He's one of the real sleepers in this year's draft. And as I like to say, it doesn't make any difference where you play. If you have game, it will travel.
Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Dwayne Dedman. Evan Fournier comes in for Channing Frye. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Green.
The defender shouldn't hang his head there. That's just a good shot, plain and simple.
The Magic have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
Well, they've been a relatively poor free throw shooting team, about 72% as a unit.
And this year they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
His presence is very comforting for this team. He's kind of a fallback option for them anytime they need it.
Here's Oladipo. That one wide left.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure.
And a tight game here as we end the first half. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Orlando needs to do a better job guarding against Gay.
He's got 8 points, and he's hit the mark twice from three-point range as well.
Well, it's no secret. I mean, the more points he can come up with from out there, the better off they'll be offensively with their spacing.
On the court for Orlando, Fournier and Harris filling out the perimeter. Channing Frye out there with Kyle O'Quinn, and it's Oladipo in at the point guard position. Collins passes to Gay. No good. And Orlando the other way now. Clark, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
They lost both games they played against this team last year, which tells you a little bit about how their season went as a whole.
Harris missing again.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
There's 21 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Oladipo, averaging 14 points a game. And here we go with Thompson, running it up the court. And again, it's Sacramento converted.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets, that pushes...
Now Caspi. Allison runs the point. Rostowski's at the 2. Evans is out there with Caspi. And it's Landry in at the 5. That's the 5 out there for the Kings.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
It's going to take something special for him to make a comeback here.
Yeah, the question is, do they have enough time? I mean, this is a long shot, but they've got to compete and just see what happens.
Hammers it home to polish off the break.
And they're getting that lead way up there now. I mean, it should be a stroll to the final whistle from here.
Yeah, this late in the game, it'd be almost impossible for them to blow a lead like this.
Terrible defense for both teams, just atrocious.
Defensive foul.
Yeah, it's been awful, Steve. I don't know any other way to say it, and I'm sure both teams will get an earful from their coach.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Orlando. Tobias Harris comes in for Willie Green. It's the first, and that puts them up by 5. Sacramento making some changes. Collins is checked in, and Rudy Gay is subbed in for Caspi. And the Magic making a change here as well. Oladipo, he's checked in for Payton. O'Quinn, a free run to the hoop and some thunder on the finish.
Not exactly the way the D would have drawn that one.
Defensive
Yeah,
foul.
when you got the space, you might as well throw it down. That's what I always used to do.
That's his first personal foul.
Thompson, he's checked in for
Third
Sacramento.
team foul. Shooting for Sacramento.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
He adds to their lead with a couple of solid free throws.
Game could be on the line right here.
It's basically now or never for them.
A tough position.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
The Statue of Liberty, I believe it's called.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Smart foul there. You've got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's
That's
still
his
close,
second
but they're
personal.
fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
Ben McLemore, he's checked in for Stauskas. Evan Fournier's checked in for the Magic. The Magic have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. And Frye slams it in.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul there stops the clock. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall.
Fifth team foul. At the line.
He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. And Orlando has possession. On its way from Oladipo for 2. And Hollins pulls it down.
Would have been lucky to knock that
Defensive
shot
foul.
down.
Yeah, that kind of shot will definitely get you the high eyebrows from the coach.
That's his first
And maybe
personal
get you a
foul.
seat on the bench.
Penalty
Drops
situation.
the first one, and that increases their lead
For
to
your
6.
Kings.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.